a minute of silence for the truth. And I have a story to tell, a short one that happened just moments ago. And it's very fitting because it is in itself in the true spirit of truth. So I have an addiction, and it does involve shopping, but not shopping in the sense that one would go into stores and just compulsively buy, but in the sense of capitalizing on a good deal. So I checked out a listing for a couch in the $50 range, futon that looked good to me. I wanted to physically see it. And he called me back and says, well, I have a carpet. I said, okay, $30 for a carpet. It's not a bad thing. I went there. A bunch of fellas at the end of their semester, about to go home, moving, all that stuff, back again in September, type of thing. And I managed to get a few things I've been meaning to get for myself for a while, i.e. a bookshelf, i.e. a shoe rack for the entrance, i.e. a green plant plastique for the outside, just to give some resemblance of civility. All four with a little manual assistance over to the studio where I have coordinated a friend to help me load it up into his car. Very small stuff, right? Along with the coffee table that is coming to its final resting place. So yada yada yada, finish chit-chatting, negotiating, set a deal. You guys smoke weed? Yeah, perfect. Roll the spliff. Smoke the spliff with my new friend Maxim, 20 years old. 21, 20 years old. Pretty funny stuff. And, by the way, I'm returning to my home now after a times away. So you get to experience the real. I hope there's no dead person in my body, yeah, right. That's a very morbid thing to say, established 1983. Why would you put that, associate that image with your place of art? Ugh. All right, here we go. Oh, keys in the mail slot. Always nice. Whew. It's always so nice to be home. Oh, hello, my friend. You are doing well. My little plant guy. That is the reincarnation of a gift that a dear friend of mine gave me several birthdays ago. The other one, actually, the original one, just didn't get the love and care and attention that it required. And so hello, my friends. I always say hi to the fishies when I get in. And I always, did I take it off? Oh, I'm not going to do it now. Cool. Oh, so lovely to be home. Let me put the keys away. Let me settle in. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. I wanted to tell a story. It's a great story. Great story. Oh. So, Did all the coordinating stuff, smoked a spliff, chatted about some real things in the real world, and then got everything together to head out. And so I went first. I took the carpet, the vendor, the seller, and his roommate took the other items, including my green plant, faux plant for the entrance. Okay, it's just an aesthetics thing, no function. Because when I did have a real plant out there, it died within a couple of weeks. So it was a big waste of $150, which I decided not to do again in that regard. I will spend $150 and buy a whole bunch of plants for the art house, but for now, outdoor gets plastic plants. So I go ahead. Oh, it's so nice to be home. So lovely to be home. Yeah, look, the hair. No. Where's your vanity? They even unplugged the appliances. So as I'm stepping outside of the building with the carpet in hand, there's a car pulled up right in front that the lady seems like she's on the phone, and the guy in the passenger seat looks at me and says, are you the guy selling the carpet? I said, no, I'm the guy who just bought the carpet. Oh, well, they seemed very confused about it, and the girl's on the phone, you know, and I know that the guy, whoever she's calling, is walking down the stairs with my shoe rack that I also purchased, you know? So, you know, at the time it didn't make sense to me why she was so baffled, but if you stick around after this commercial break, you will hear the kicker. Just kidding, there's no commercial breaks here. So he's walking out, his roommate walks out with the bookshelf and the plant, one of the plants. And he's walking out, I can see him kind of with the phone holding the thing, and he like puts the phone away, puts it in his pocket. Now, unbeknownst to him, she is looking right at him, basically. And he told me after that he at one point looked over, saw that she was talking, and then didn't put two and two together that the lip syncing from the woman she was seeing was the woman she was talking to, right? So completely like multitasking. He's got something in his hand. He's like, and so what did he tell her? Well, the story is that he had said, yes, come and pick up the carpet, right? But I happened to call first, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna come and see it right away. He's like, you're downstairs? I'm like, yeah. So basically, this is a classic example of the early bird getting the worm. Should we get an image of the bird so you can visualize what an early bird looks like? Why not? There's early bird one. It has a nice leaf in its beak. Yeah, every time I make an analogy or I make a nice allegory, I'm going to show you some art that correlates with it when we're at the art house. There's bird number one. There's birdie number two. Birdie number two. And there's birdie number three. So whichever bird you would like to identify as, me as. So, but now what did he tell her? He tells her, oh no, I'm sorry, I had to give the carpet to my aunt. So as he's saying it, she's looking at me after having had me tell her, no, I just bought it, listening to an obvious lie. Right? So on the way to dropping off the items purchased at a very good deal, see, impulse buys, you know, you go in to buy a $30 carpet, you come out of there with never over 100. These impulse buys are never over 100. So not that much, but very practical, functional things that I actually do need and will implement into enhancing the experience of the art house. Do I have water? Water check. Yes. Did they even refill the espresso machine, or perhaps they didn't use it? Most people don't use the espresso machine. So I told them, listen, you should call that person back and explain to them, basically say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You don't have to apologize, but just acknowledge that what you did was you made up a story when the reality was you had sold it to somebody else right away. And there was no need for you to have made up a story that in the act of you making it revealed itself. And I said, well, think about what that does in terms of the karma. I use the word karma. He's like, I don't believe in karma. I'm like, well, it really doesn't matter if you believe it or not. And we're walking a couple of blocks back to the studio, I'm like, it really doesn't matter if you believe it or not. It is a thing. So what you are doing is putting out a negatively charged energy into the universe around you, right? Whereas in this particular case, something so benign, something so insignificant, right? And he only realized when I told him, maybe as we were walking away, that he was like, yo, the lady was looking at you the whole time, right? And he felt shocked, of course, embarrassed, that is like, why? Because you got caught in the act of telling an insignificant lie. You should have just said, well, sorry, somebody else came before you and picked it up. I know I promised it to you, but hey, I have another one. But his pride did not allow him to do that. He's like, whatever. And I said, whatever. So we end up getting back to the studio. They dropped the stuff off at the studio. And he looks up at my bookshelf and he says, is that a skateboard? I says, what? Well, you know what? I'll give it to you. It's a great skateboard. I'll give it to you under one condition, that you call back this person and you rectify that situation. He's like, okay, no problem. So he called her back right away, got the answering machine. He's like, I'm going to message. I'm like, okay, good. Because those kind of things you do not need to have, because I've been there. I used to come up with all kinds of shit. Now I have no qualms just being honest. Even when I text and I start making up shit like, the baby, I'm like, no, why not? Just leave it ambiguous and that's what it is. I'm coming at 1 p.m., period. That's it. Hello, femme fatale. Let me look into your eyes. Right? But I thought that was really funny. In the end, I do believe that I made a point to this young individual in regards to doing, I can't stay inactive, I gotta be active, into always doing the right thing. He mentions, okay, well, what about the people that get away with it in the States or whatever? Look what's happening. Is there justice? I'm like, no, we're not gonna go there. Okay, we're not even there. There is a clear-cut distinction between right and wrong. Clear cut. And it's not because, well, in the end, what? The fact that he got a free skateboard out of it was the motivator to do the right thing ultimately, which is to just be like, yeah, I'm sorry I ditched your call again when you were calling me and I was ignoring your call as I'm walking away from you and you see me flushing your call. Like just basic human respect elements of respect, right? That whether you are conscious of it or not, linger within your subconscious, within the Akashic records of the space of your existence, the Akashic records of your existence. There's no other way to put it, And I was explaining to them what the Akashic records is, and I will reiterate it with where is that book? The Book of Divining the Future. Yeah. Un momento, por favor. Let's get us up to what is beauty. What is beauty? What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Stay beautiful. Can you say extended shower rod? There you go. This is what it looks like, Mr. This is what it looks like, Mr. Martinez and Co. for those of you who missed the last episode. Great read. And I'll be honest, I'm only that far ahead. I'm only that far ahead, and it's just such a, you gotta read. Anyways, I don't claim to be an avid reader. Okay, hold on, where are you? The Book of Divining the Future. I wanted to read something awesome from it. The Cheese and the Worms, another great book that I have, another great one that I have started and ultimately I'm winding through very slowly. Oh, it's nice to be home. And I'm actually going to have my first night alone at the art house in, as the expression goes, donkey's years. No. My good old glossary of terms, the Book of Divining the Future. Let's place things where they belong. So yeah, what are your, talk about Insta, like, Insta truth. It's like, imagine if every time, and I'll put it in air quotes, the evildoers did an evil deed, they would get like, let's go fucked up, They'd get run over by a bus. Like if it was instant truth, like if you lied or you do something that is ultimately wrong in the scale, or not like this, which is absolutely right. Hey, Himsy, you are a genius, my friend. People don't know it, but I do, and that's what matters. Insta, especially for benign shit. No, okay, you don't. Okay. No. I take that back. You don't get Insta run over for benign shit. But if you're involved in the direct harm to another animal, sentient being, it's all about the sentient being. How do people not get it? What's up with that? It's not like, huh? So the guy on the way to the house, to the studio, was saying, well, like what? I didn't tell her to come. Why did she come? Why is she showing up? I'm like, you missed the point. Because you're only looking at it from your perspective. You got to look at it from an external perspective. You got to look at it objectively. Is it objective? It's subjective. Anyway, you got to look at it globally, the whole thing, right? You had essentially promised it to her. You didn't get back to her when she was trying to contact you because my fault. I was there. The sale was done. So there was no need for you to have flushed her call. You could have just picked it up and said, well, unfortunately, someone else has already bought it. No harm, no gain. Instead, and even if they were still outside, well, okay, I do apologize. I have something else for you that perhaps you would be interested in. Why not, And in the end, the lesson was, why lie for something so benign? Especially when it was revealed to be an absolute lie right away, instantly. What did you gain from it? Other than feeling within yourself that, hey, I'll call this episode, I'll call this episode Angolan Mason in work. Mason Angolano. Yeah, absolutely. I've already said I'm a 360-degree Freemason. Because I'm free. Because I am living free of mental enslavement. No more. Been a long time. I wonder if my vegetarianism ultimately also contributed to that. And I have a light. And we have the light. Yes, we do. I'm going to end it around here. As you can see, I'm ecstatic to be at my home. And I look forward to setting it up, getting it ready for my parents who will be then arriving tomorrow. For 2 semanas. 2 semanas. Então, vou falar para ti em português agora para acabar esta emissão aqui em Established 1998. I totally said that wrong, by the way. 1983. Georgie, you know, I turned around just in time to be like, okay, does George think I'm talking to myself again? Hey, come here. I'm making a video. So you're gonna see the person. Do you mind? Do you mind real quick? Do you mind being on camera? Just saying hello to my friends? So he is the gentleman that commissioned the Dominicanos Masons, the Dominican Masons. They are brick masons, are they not? Very, very good masons. And you were happy with the work they did? Very kind people, very hardworking. Yes. You heard it from the horse's mouth. But he is no horse, my neighbor George. He is no horse. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much. See you next time. Ta-ta.